Hello besties, welcome back. So today is going to be a fun one because it is going to be romance only books, and I'm really excited because I've been in like my fantasy girl era and I've been reading a lot of big heavy fantasies. So I need a little break, and plus Valentine's Day is coming up, so I thought this would be like a perfect video to do because I was gonna start reading romance and like rom-com books anyways, which is super fun, and I do have quite a few lined up. So we're gonna start with The Do-Over by Lynn Painter, and I did go to the library to pick this one up because I'm currently on like a little bit of a book buying ban, but that's fine. I started this morning and it's so cute. It's a good palette cleanser and break to like all of the heavy, not like bad heavy, super complex fantasies that I've been reading over the past month of January. I have so many good books lined up for this video. It's just gonna be a fun girly time. That's like my goal. That's what I want to encapsulate in this video, and I think we're gonna have fun doing it. I have thoughts on my phone, so I'm gonna tell you guys my thoughts, but so far it's a lot better than I thought it would be for a Groundhog Day story, because like those aren't my favorite. So first, I love all the Taylor Swift references. Like, there are so many of them. The one thing that told me how recent this book is the music references from Taylor, because I think she mentions like Coney Island or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but Emmy was like, yeah, I'm driving in my truck or in my car listening to Coney Island, and I was like, that's not a terribly old song. So I was like, oh my gosh, this book is kind of recent. Like I said before, it's doing like the Groundhog Day thing more so than in the holidays, because I feel like it just keeps Groundhog Daying, but I don't hate it. There's something new about it, and I think what I don't like about Groundhog Day things is that everything keeps repeating, but in this story it's like the day is different. Like, Emmy is essentially trying to change the day to try and trigger the end of like the Groundhog Day. So she's like, if I can change it, then it won't be Groundhog Day anymore. So every day is like, I would say at least 50% different, and I think that's why I'm still so intrigued. The grandma in this is so fun. Grandma Max, oh my god, she's hilarious, and like reading it gets me a little emotional because I miss my grandma. So just her whole presence, it was really nice. Also obsessed with all of Lynn's references, and I know this is a young adult book, but like she's really getting me. How does she mention Jess Mariano and not expect me to like gasp? This would be a good time to tell you my thoughts about The Do-Over, because I finished this on Saturday, and oh my gosh, this book is so cute. I realized when I was writing like my little review in it, I was like, how did I finish this so fast? First, it's young adult, so it read very fast, and also it's like 288 pages, so it's not that long. And that's what I love about romance books in general, is that they don't have to be long. They're like short and sweet, and I can get through them in days. It was making me a little bit emotional though, because I told you it's like a Groundhog Day story, and unlike in a holidays, it like groundhogged the whole time. The whole story was her just reliving the day, and then she ended up having like a really good day, and then she got sad because she's like, this sucks because I'm gonna remember this, but like everyone who I spent the day with and made memories with, they're not gonna remember. I was like genuinely sad for Emmy, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is devastating. I would be so upset. I did love how there is no spice in this, which makes sense because it's a young adult book. The ending of this book really did remind me of like a 2000s rom-com sort of like concept. Since she's been groundhogging for so long, she's like, okay, I'm so tired of this. She like makes up her mind. She's like, I'm gonna have a day of no consequences, and I'm just gonna do whatever the hell I want to do, because tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be like the same day on repeat. And that whole concept kind of just gave me like 2000s rom-com. I was cringing a little tiny baby bit at the end, but then I had to remind myself that this is like a YA book, and then I wasn't mad anymore. It was like kind of like the miscommunication, sort of no communication whatsoever at the end, but then I had to remember that they're still in high school in this book. This is about Emmy, and Emmy is trying to have like the perfect Valentine's Day with her boyfriend. Even though it's only been 3 months, she's like, no, it's gonna be perfect. I got him the perfect gift. She plans everything out to a T, very type A of her, and she goes and has like the worst Valentine's Day. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was not great. Her boyfriend is... Then she wakes up the next day and it's Valentine's Day again, and she's like, oh my god, I can fix this. So she kind of goes through the story to like change things in her day to try and ungroundhog the situation for herself. And I guess that's what it's like for like other Groundhog Day stories, but this one, something different happened every day, and I think that's why it didn't bug me. And then at the end, she's like, screw this, I'm so annoyed, we're gonna have a day of no consequences. And that was just, I think that was my favorite part of the story. And it was giving like very 2000s rom-com, but I loved it so much. I ate this up. Lynn Painter, I want to read more of her books. This did it for me, and this is like literally the vibes I want for Valentine's Day, okay? Like February is such like a cutesy month. These are the vibes I want. I don't think I rated The Do-Over for you, but this was a 4 out of 5 stars. If you're watching this, click out right now because you're gonna spoil your gift. I also thought it would be fun to include what I'm making Daniel for Valentine's Day. And for Valentine's Day, we make each other gifts. Like we don't buy anything and then we'll like go out for dinner or something. I thought I'd make him like a storybook or like a children's book about the story of how we met. And I thought that was just such a me idea, and it's also very like bookish, which is kind of funny. Basically all of yesterday I wrote the story, and like you probably can't see it, but I formatted it on pages. So like page 1, the visual, and then the little line of text that's gonna go there. I am like an online art girly. I'll do collages, I'll do like online drawings and stuff. Physical drawing is not my strong suit whatsoever. So then I had to go on Pinterest and figure out like what art style I guess I wanted to do. So I think I'm gonna go with like something along the lines of this. So I have 3-ish pages so far. I don't know if you can see, but like all like very light pencil sketches. But I thought it would be fun to include this process because I'm kind of making like a little baby children's book. I don't know, I thought it was such a cute idea. I'm kind of excited to see how this goes, so we'll see. We started Off to the Races, and this is, I think, Elsie Silver's first series, or like popular series, I'm not too sure. I'm already not even a quarter in, and I can already tell this is going to be very different than the Gold Rush Ranch series, because they started off already with the sexual innuendos, and I'm like, oh my god, she's such a riot, but such a good time. So I know it's going to be different, which I'm trying to like keep an open mind about. This is my book club book with Catherine and Jade. Catherine's done it. I think Jade's halfway through, so I'm like, okay, I'm really slacking. I need to get to it. But I feel like it's not Valentine's Day unless you read like a cutesy romance book. So I did that with The Do-Over, and now we have most likely a spicy romance book. So we'll see how I feel about this one. I don't think it's going to change my thoughts about Elsie Silver. I think I just need to have an open mind that this will probably be spicier. So many updates for you guys, but I'm gonna start off with I finished Off to the Races. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I was wondering why it was so thick and I realized that there's a novella at the back. I haven't finished that, but I finished Off to the Races. I have thoughts which I have on my phone, which I'm going to tell you guys now, but I think overall I would rate this like a 3 or a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was good. I just didn't love it as much as I loved like Wild Eyes or Wild Love, and that makes sense because it was like her very first release ever. So I don't know, it was kind of fun like starting with her newest releases and going back to like the very first one. I don't love Vaughn, and Vaughn was the main male character, and I was like, okay, but like some of the things he said, like I was not like, it's just very different from like Rose Hill, because all of the guys in Rose Hill are like amazing, like fluffy unicorn rainbow sparkle, you know, but like the way that sometimes Vaughn would talk about her and how he was like, oh, I'm gonna win this game, I was like, he was making me really mad, because first the way he was treating Billy at like the end of the book, and then he had the audacity to think, he was like, my actions make her mad, and like I literally did what I told her what I wasn't gonna do, and now she's mad and upset. I'm like, all of this stuff, I'll get her back. Like we'll circle around, like I'll give her time and she'll come back to me. Like in the end he redeemed himself, but I didn't love him as a character. This guy follows Vaughn and Billy. So Vaughn's family owns a horse farm, and his grandpa he passed away, but he was involved in like some big scam, so he's like trying to fix their reputation and also cope with the grief of his grandpa passing away, who like raised him. And then Billy comes in, and she's a new hire, and she's basically a trainer for all of the racehorses, and Vaughn gives her like the hardest horse to train, because he was like, I don't want you here. So his plan was like to get rid of her after 3 months, to be like, oh, you couldn't train my horse, bye. But Billy is actually super skilled, and she proves him wrong. It kind of goes from enemies to lovers. I feel like that's what I would call it. The banter is amazing. I do love the way that Elsie Silver writes banter. Something about this just didn't hit the way that the Rose Hill series hit. And then I started Out on a Limb, and my Out on the Limb copy is a little vandalized because it is from the library. But this is so cute. I think I'm not halfway, I'm almost halfway. There is spice in it, but like it was at the very beginning. I had it feeling that I was really gonna love Hannah Bonham Young, but like I love Hannah Bonham Young. I don't know, there's so many things that I'm loving. I have so many pictures on my phone. I think I want a physical copy of this book because it is so cute. I want to read more of her books, but this is like just the perfect, like, oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I picked this one up. New angles, because I was like, why don't we just switch it up? My boyfriend asked me to be his Valentine. This is, I think, on Wednesday. I just haven't updated since Wednesday. I've had a very traumatic week. We're not going to talk about it because I'm going to cry. So we're going to talk about things that make me happy. And my boyfriend got me roses. But like, look how pretty. Like, I've never seen roses like this. I'm going to try and do something. I always dry out the flower petals, or like press the flower petals that he gives me, and funny enough, I keep them all in here, and I don't really know what I'm gonna do with them, but something will be done with them. Speaking of updates, I am currently almost done drawing out the book. I need to finish this, and I think I'm making good progress, but it's just drawing on physical paper is so hard for me. I'd rather like digitally like draw it out. So like this, I'm getting better, or like this. Okay, so we're making progress. Through Out on a Limb, and I am almost done. I am more than 3/4 of the way through, and unfortunately I haven't been recording my reactions and thoughts to this just because I've had a very bad week, and I've like not been in the mood to pick up the camera and film because it's just been too much. But this has gotten me through probably one of the most, not to be dramatic, but one of the most traumatic weeks of my life. and this is gonna have such a special place in my heart. But I do have notes, so let me tell you guys my thoughts. I love that Beau is a huge nerd. I just love nerdy characters because I would say that I'm like somewhat of a nerd, so when I see them represented in books it makes me feel so seen. I would also consider my boyfriend like slightly, he's gonna get mad at me for saying this, but I would consider him like somewhat of a nerd as well. So seeing that represented in a book main male character, it makes me happy because I swear that I see little bits of him in like every male main character in like rom-com books, but like so much in Beau. The Canadian references go so hard. Wynne talks about how she did her degree at Lakehead. That's where my bestie Catherine is right now. Beau graduated from Waterloo and I graduated from the University of Waterloo as well. And it's so funny, if you're not from Canada or Ontario, you won't get the lore, but Beau is scared of geese. And it is so incredibly funny to me because Waterloo geese are insane. Like, they have a reputation for being some of the most insane creatures in the world. Like, I would rather face a bear than a Waterloo goose because those things just attack you. Like, they have no mercy whatsoever. Waterloo's unofficial mascot is a goose because we're like, please just stay in your lane and we'll stay in ours. This is such a comfort book in the fact that I see myself going back to it and rereading it because, oh my god, like, I don't know if this is just what I needed in this time that I'm in, or if it's so much more. I don't know. This is bringing me so much comfort in a time where I am so flustered and paranoid and scared. Like, oh my god, like I could go on and on and on. Do a fun little update. It snowed. It snowed a lot yesterday night. We got like I would say more than 10 centimeters, which is kind of crazy because we haven't gotten this much snow in a while. So it's a snow day for a lot of people, but I'm going to really attempt to finish this gift today. I'm really close. So yesterday the progress I made was that I made a little like cover for it and I put like the Polaroid on it, and this Polaroid is the very first picture I took, and it was when I went to his St. Patrick's Day party and we were both like pretty crunk and my legs were over his lap and we were just sitting and chatting and I took this picture. So I don't know, I guess I just knew in the moment I would need to take a picture. So I made that, and then all of the pages are not in the book. Like, it's literally just like a little shell of itself. So I need to put everything in. I'll give you like a little sneak peek. This is like one of the last pages, so I think it's pretty cute. Look what I took out. This mat has been with me forever. I'm pretty sure Jasmine gifted it to me for my birthday years ago when we would make like duct tape wallets and polymer clay. And it's so funny, I'm literally messaging her right now and she's like making a card for her boyfriend and I'm making this for like Daniel, and we're arts and craftsing, and this literally feels like grade 6 again. We're like, this is crazy, like the throwback. So I don't know, I think it's just fun. Did I get my own copy? Yeah, it came in yesterday, but I finished this actually this morning and I am giving it like a 6 out of 5 stars. This is like a god tier book for me, okay? Like, I want every book I read to feel like this because I just have no words to encapsulate how this made me feel. The way that Beau just loves her, like, I felt it through the page, and like, he is just so kind and considerate, and one of the themes throughout the book is that Wynne was like, he is trying to take care of me, like, this is so foreign to me, and Beau's like, yes, I just want to take care of you. And then you kind of see where that comes from at the end of the book when Wynne starts talking to his dad and he's like, oh, this is probably why he's like this. The place that it stems from is so sad. You see how he kind of heals through the story and through like taking care of Wynne, and it's just so freaking cute. The open communication and like healthiness of this and like Beau and Wynne's relationship is absolutely amazing to me. Like, it's probably my favorite thing in the world. And I know that there isn't like big stakes or anything to this book, and there usually aren't in romance books in general, but like it was very like low stakes, which I love. It's such a good comfort book, and I know I'm gonna be coming back to it. And like, this is literally just what I needed to like calm my nervous system, because I think my nervous system and my emotion, everything is fried, and it really not made me feel better, but it helped me escape into like a safe space for a little bit. The ending made me cry. I think it was like a chapter after the epilogue, and it made me cry. The pacing of this was just amazing. I didn't want to finish it. I was really trying to push off finishing it because I just loved it so much, and I didn't want it to end. It was a fourth wing feeling that I usually get, where a book is so good I don't want it to end. I've gotten that feeling with Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, Malibu Rising, and Hannah Bonham Young is definitely one of my most favorite authors ever now, and I've only read one of her books. So this story follows Win and Bo, and they meet at a Halloween party and have a one-night stand. Then Win realizes that she's pregnant, and that's not a spoiler because that's literally on the back of the book. But she becomes pregnant, she tells Bo, and the way that he responds is like kind of unexpected. He's so caring, he wants to be involved in the baby's life, he wants to take care of her, and the story kind of just goes from when she gets pregnant to a little bit before she gives birth. So it's kind of like you're following her pregnancy, and then also Win and Bo's relationship developing. I don't think I can even express my love for this book. After I finished, I went on Hannah's Instagram and I was like, where can I meet this girl? Where can she sign my book? Because I need it signed. But she is just next level cozy, amazing. I love cozy fantasy. If there are more like cozy rom-com books, sign me up because I'm obsessed. This was just so good for my soul, and I don't even think I can put into words right now how much I love this. Like, I love this so much. I also finished the book, so here it is. I don't know if you can kind of tell, but this, I'll do like a close-up of the Polaroid, but I think I explained this in a further clip, but it's like, it's together. So here's the close-up. I'm really excited to give this to him, honestly, and I'm really proud of how it turned out because it turned out a lot better than I thought it would. Here they all are. Oh my god, this was such a fun video. I'm not gonna lie, I had a great time. I love my rom-coms, so it was just so much fun. It was a great time. The weeks filming this did take a turn because, like I said, like last week was just such a rough week for me. But nonetheless, I think the whole concept of this was just so fun. I love my rom-coms, I love my romances, but hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and I will see you all in next week's video. Bye guys.